with Donna's Things. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining in, coming to see what we're doing here at Donna's Things on this side of the camera. I really do appreciate it. Of course, if you are returning, you know my heart. I appreciate you and your time also. And of course, subscribers, I am grateful and appreciative of you too. Happy Tuesday. So I am glad to be here today. I want to show you what I've had going on last week and a little bit on Sunday night. I did some sewing. So September and October were the 2 months I used for fall garments or sewing my fall garments. I had them in color groups. So I had like a purple, pink, and gold color group. I don't remember how many pieces were in it, about 5 pieces. I had a navy white with red color group that had about 5 pieces in it. And then my final color group was my tan and black. And I ended up, I think, with 4 pieces in that. But I have to show you, I had one other piece from the tan and black group. That's this top right here. But I first want to talk about last week's video, last Tuesday's video. I showed the dress. It's the Vogue 2045. I'm hoping you can see this. Vogue 2045. And I had some fit issues with this pattern, and so I have a sway back, and normally I can shorten the pattern piece in the back, maybe even curved a little bit. I can do that, and that worked for me. But this time it did not work. It was gaping a lot in the back in that area, and then I had some extra fullness on the side, mostly on the left side where I put the zipper. The pattern has an invisible zipper in the back, but at this stage of my life, I don't do a lot of those back zippers. I will do the zipper on the side, especially if there's no sleeve. I will do the zipper on the side and just leave a little keyhole opening in the back, so of course my head, I can get in and out of the garment. So I needed to, it was lots of things. This is a beautiful twill that I got from Fabric Wholesale Direct, I think it is, or Fabric Warehouse, I'm not sure. It was the first time I ordered from them. And my hemming, it's really nice. I normally do pretty good handwork, but this fabric has a sheen to it. So if you iron it too much, it's gonna shine. It's not the best choice of fabric. So I will be redoing this hem. But here is the dress. It was a gorgeous dress. But what I ended up doing, a lot of the comments suggested I do it again, of course, even in a muslin, but to do the sway back adjustment, which of course makes a lot of sense. But there was someone on there that said what she did, she had the same fit issues as I did. So she put like darts going sideways. The dress already has the darts going the lengthwise, but she did darts going sideways and said she wore hers with a belt. So I decided maybe I could do the same thing. And I did, but instead of doing the darts going sideways, I just made a seam across the back only from one side to another. So hopefully you see that. You can see that seam going from one part of the back to the other part of the back. I do have my lengthwise darts in there, but I did that, giving myself a little curve in here to make up for that adjustment. And I also took the zipper out and folded in some of that fabric to fix the side issue. So once I did that, it actually ended up with a really nice fit. I had originally talked about giving this dress away to somebody who could fit it because I had put too much work in it to like be taking it apart and not doing this. But this pattern is so nice. I did not want to give away my dress. And you know, I normally don't mind that. But this dress, the fabric looks good. The color looks good. Everything looks good. I didn't want to give it away. And I was like, I need to redeem myself. And so this is what it looks like in the back. I'm hoping you can see. It just looks like a seam. And it was very important to make sure that dart in this lengthwise dart stayed the same. Very important. And this is what it looks like. And it looks really, really good. It wasn't a bad idea because Pattern Emporium has a couple of patterns out. I've made one so far, but they have a couple of patterns out that they actually purposely have a solid front, one piece, and they have a bodice and a skirt that they, you know, sew together so that seam is back there purposely. And maybe they do it for a good fit. I don't know. The dress that I made, it looks really nice, and this one right here looks good. So I had to do that. Now, if you know anything about me, yes, I did go and buy fabric right away to make another one. Someone said, I wonder if you could make the dress in Ponte knit. Well, I will be letting you know real soon because I bought a Ponte knit, well aware of the fact that doing the sway back adjustment might not be, you know, I may have to do it more than once. I understand Ponte knit really isn't a Muslim, but if it comes out really nice, which I really think it will, I want to be able to wear my dress. So I'm not going to be beat by no sewing techniques. We figured it out. And thank you so much for your suggestions. I am definitely using those suggestions. So my last piece in my tan and black fall collection was this print. This is like a silky like rayon. I call it satin, but it's really not satin. If it is, it's thin as I don't know what. I got this fabric from the Fabric Warehouse. I think it's the Fabric Warehouse or wholesale. I don't know. But anyway, I got this fabric from there too. It's an ankara print, but it is real satin and silky. One of you suggested I use Vogue 1706, and I did. This is what the back looks like. I'm actually going to make the pants too. I'm going to, I didn't make them for this collection, but I love how the asymmetrical look. So you have, not sure what you can see. You have the draped neckline here, the cap sleeve, but you have the left side piece cut on the bias, and it actually hangs longer than the right side piece. And then you can see the back just goes straight across. So I used this fabric, and it actually turned out really nice. So here's your draping neckline. Of course, here's your cap sleeve on each side. Now, if you can see it, I hope you can. Here's the right side is here, and the left side does stop down here. So it's about 5 inches longer than that. Now, this was cut on the bias, and my fabric kind of just did what it wanted to do. But it's like this. So the right side has a neckline, and I do have bias tape around here. It goes straight down, and then the left side comes over like that, forming the draped neckline and this asymmetrical look. The blouse does have splits on both sides. It has slit here. It has a slit here, and you can see the unevenness, making it really pretty. But then the back is where I got most of the print. if you do, I'm going to show you this. If you don't see it, you see that I was about 1/8 of an inch off matching this up. If you watch any of my other videos, you will know that I am a stickler for matching lines, but I wasn't going to sweat it. I do have more fabric, but I wasn't going to cut into my fabric in order to fix it. So it's really pretty. I was a little concerned about this fabric when I got started because it's moving all around, doing whatever it wants to do, even though I searched all of the pieces before I sewed them together. So I think I'm going to give it another try, but in a fabric that has a little bit more structure. But when I tried it on, I was like, oh my God, this is a yes. It looks really, really good on. Plain and simple, but really nice. It was supposed to have a pair of black pants with it. Well, my pictures do show black pants, but they're not the ones. I used that black fabric for something else. So at some point, well, I have black pants. I really don't need to make any, but I do want to make these wide leg pants that came with it, and I will eventually do that. This is just the cap sleeve, so it won't really get worn in the winter. So when the weather warms up, I might pull this pink out, and it's like a raspberry. I might pull that color out and make these pants. But this was a very nice garment. Also, the last piece that was planned in my fall collection. So September and October sewed up my fall groups. November is my birthday month, so I'll be making 3 garments for that. This is also the month that I will be finishing up any whips. I have 3 pieces for that. And then of course I'm going to throw in anything I want to throw in. Another thing that I made last week was a jacket. I recently purchased this fabric, and this is McCall's 8011. I keep stepping on this skirt. 8011. Here are the line drawings. Now this jacket is another piece, came out really, really, really nice. This is like a denim fabric, but it's in the camouflage print, and that camo, the background is the army green, but the camo print itself is black and a deep, deep navy. And if you look, it has these white lotus flowers in it. But this is the jacket. Button down the front. I put these silver buttons. Has a pocket. This pocket is a facing that folded over toward the front, and this is that pleated look on that pocket. That's the only pocket on the jacket. It does have the epaulets on the shoulder with the buttons, just a stand-up collar. I ran out of buttons, so I do need to go get one more for there. You got your sleeve. This is a 2-piece sleeve, but it just, the seam itself laps over with a cuff. And then the bottom has a cuff. It came out really, really nice. Now, one thing I do want to show you is the inside of this fabric, the back side of this fabric was just a plain white. Sometimes when it's plain like that, I'll leave it, but the white was pretty strong. So the jacket itself was not lined, so I didn't line it per se, but I did like double up on the fabric. So I took this like satin, it's not a satin, well, semi-satin fabric, and I just cut it along with the jacket. You can see, you know, it still has the seams all serged and cleaned up and everything, but I didn't want that white to show. I put a label, I made this. I didn't want the white to show in it, so I did that. The jacket's not hard to put on, but I'm having my shoulder hurts a little bit, so I'm trying to watch how I do it. But this is what it looks like on. I don't know how high my camera is, but this is what it looks like. So it's a really nice fit. What size did I use in here? I used the medium, 12-14, and this is what that jacket looks like. So I am really, really pleased with it. I do like it. I like it a lot. Now, I am not wearing anything me made today. Normally, I have on something that I made, and that's because I have sewn so much that I am about 85% me made closet. I don't really mind that because I do see nice things in the store, and I'm never gonna stop buying clothes, you know. So especially like tops like this, t-shirt tops, I like to go find those in TJ Maxx, so I have several of those. But when I did a closet purging recently, which is something I do every 3 months, I had so much stuff in my closet. I have so many beautiful things that I pulled out that are going to a shelter, which I'm excited about because they're not going to a thrift store that's overcrowded or in some landfill where they're going to get thrown away. They are beautiful pieces. And when I got rid of a lot of stuff, a lot of that was me made, I of course realized, yeah, I am at about 85% of a me made closet, and that's cool. But what I am wearing is this full circle ankara skirt. I bought this skirt in New York many years ago, and it's just hanging in my closet, and when I see it every time I'm going through, but I just never really put it on. So today I was like, you know what, let me start putting on some of my clothes that I don't wear, and this is one of the pieces, so I love it. Finally, if you saw my last fabric haul, I bought about 12-13 pieces of knit, some striped, some tie-dye, some solid, and I bought it to make my nieces and nephews pajama bottoms. Not for the holidays specifically, like gifts, just something that I thought I wanted to do. And I was going to pull an all-nighter, maybe 2 all-nighters, and just go ahead and make them all. But I was like, no, you know what? I think every time I make some, not every time I make some clothing, because that would be every other day, but as I sit down to sew, I'm going to grab one and make it, and then before you know it, I actually have 9 pieces to make, so I'll just sit down and every now and then throw in 1 pair. So I did get my first pair made. It's this pretty striped knit. I don't know, she might wear them outside. They got pockets, just a regular elastic waist. I do have to hem them, but they just look like that. They were so easy, you know, that's just a front, a back. I did sew them on my machine, and I serged the stitches. I was going to just serge it by itself, but I don't know, I just can't bring myself to do that. So I ended up doing some stitching too, but that's what I was working on all last week, and now I am ready to get my birthday garments made and to finish up those 3 whips that I have. So next week I will be showing you the 3 pieces that I will be making for my birthday, and who knows what I may have made in between now and then. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I really do appreciate it. Hit that like button, share my channel, subscribe if you will. I really do appreciate that. Ring that bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video, and I will see you the next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.